is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Vince Neil was caught trying to get nudes of an AI woman on social media. Before you even ask, no. Vince, I only see you as a friend. Though, wait. We all know what happens to friends of Vince Neil. Have you met my friend Alexa? Our IP Livecast starts now.
Oh, I see. I get it. I don't think that an AI can get in a car with Vince Neil, so Shannon, you're safe.
Shannon just tried to razzle Alexa. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it?
That's how she moves up in the AI hierarchy, though. That's the move.
Oh, no.
Social
Siri
climber.
is next. Watch your back, Siri.
Welcome to RIP Livecast. The AI is dropping like flies. We are coming to you live from Jihadist New York City on Saturday, 28th.
Inshallah.
Yes. I always get them confused. Inshallah is
Like
Inshallah.
God willing?
It's like for something that happens in the future.
It's like you say something like that sounds great, and I say Inshallah. Let's hope.
No. It's supposed to be like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna go and get this. You would say Inshallah, like
right.
God's will. So it's like something in the future.
Right. We're gonna have a socialist mayor, Inshallah.
Yes,
I hope so. But
we'll talk see. About the present or the past, you say Hamdulillah, which means praise be to God.
And what is mashallah? That also means something.
That's that actor.
Mashallah.
His last name is Ali.
Mashallah. Yeah. That is. I always get them confused. It's as God will. That's also like yeah. That's the past. Yeah. So Inshallah future, Mashallah past, Alhamdulillah present.
So not only do Goyim learn the Jewish stuff from the show, the Jews on the show learn Muslim stuff.
Yes, this show is no longer haram, I will say.
Wait, the show was haram at some point?
Maybe. I don't know. We've had some pork products on.
Oh, fair enough.
The wildest thing.
You mean Zach Amico?
I don't think it's haram to watch us eat pork, but we can consult the Quran if we have to.
Welcome to the Livecast. It's Rob here with Sid and Darren. We're joking around because earlier this week, Zohran Mamdani won the Democratic nomination for mayor of New York City. Like in past years, basically clinching the mayoral election. New York City is a very blue state, but New
York City is a blue state.
Well, it's a blue city. Well, the state itself is also a blue state, but
it's just out
of the city, it's a little more red.
Just like Wales, Australia.
Yeah, that's it.
But
the bluest state.
I got two things to say about that. First of all, this is like a sort of a weird perfect storm we're in, where this may not, have any, but like they may coalesce around the sinking guy.
By the time we get to November, he might be dead.
Well, God forbid. But also the other thing is we've had Republican mayors. Like New York City libs love voting for Republican authoritarians for some reason.
Giuliani, Bloomberg was a Republican when he got voted in.
But maybe that's changing too, because a progressive just won the Democratic primary. So who knows? We're up in the air. We have no idea what's going to happen at this point. But glad he won.
And yes, and so one thing I do want to mention, Jander says Mashallah is my favorite slam band. Very nice, Jander. I was so taken aback because my dad, who is Persian, Iranian, I guess you would say he's Persian because he left before the revolution. So, I was listening to him talk to his sister in Persian, and
so he was able to get in touch with his relatives finally.
He was. This is before the conflict. The story I'm telling, but yes, he was able to get in touch with them. Thankfully, they're good. Okay. Yeah, they're all right. I was a little worried because one of them was actually in a hospital as well. So those hospitals have been targeted.
Hospitals are not safe in some cases,
but they're all right. They're thankfully surviving. And but it was just so jarring to me because I'm listening to them and I don't understand Persian. and Farsi is the language, not Persian. And I don't understand it, but I am hearing that, and again, they're both Jewish. Blah 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 blah. Inshallah. Blah 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 blah. Inshallah. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like Allah is just God. It's not the Muslim God. It's just the Arabic word for God.
Yeah.
The Muslim God is the Jewish God, is the Christian God. It's all the same character actor.
Well, then why do all the followers try to kill each other if they're all the same God? Couldn't God straighten that out?
He likes the infighting. He's a polyamorous. They're a polyamorous being, let's say. But no, I just thought it was so. It was so funny to hear that, and ever since then, I've just been inshallahing all over the place.
Yeah,
it's a great term.
It sure is.
And mashallah, and
that has made its way into my vocabulary, like wrestling terms. Using wrestling terms outside of wrestling, it's the same thing as it. Inshallah all the time for like the most, I hope they didn't fuck up my bagel order. Inshallah, I love it.
Does this count as cultural appropriation?
I don't know. Does it? Anyone? It's just
for me. No, I'm half Persian, so it's okay.
I'm not practicing Islam, so that would be to me cultural appropriation or wearing the garb or anything. I don't know. What do you guys think? If anyone in the audience thinks that,
I don't think so.
I'm happy to learn. As you said, Jews use that term too. So
Arabic Jew or Persian Jew specifically.
Oh, a non-Persian Jew would be
not Persian Jew can't do it.
Sorry.
Well, then you just revoked Darren's privileges.
I believe in Farsi that's just the way to say praise God too. It's the same as in Arabic. Like Arabic and Farsi are very similar.
If it's wrong, inshallah, I can stop.
No, but I'm very excited for Zoran for his win, and not only a win. Like I was expecting, it's going to be close. It was. Can we say a mandate, or what kind of percentage do we need for a mandate?
I mean, he got less than 50%, right? So I wouldn't go that far.
But that's also in an election where there's ranked choice voting, so I don't know if that even applies anymore. Like, does that? It's almost everyone's voting for lots of people.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just say, like with it, when the clock struck 9 and the polls were closed and they had the first round of results, he already had a huge lead. One that got smaller as the night went on, but still
enough for Cuomo to concede.
Yeah, it was still far enough where it wasn't going to be. I feel like with these elections, what I've noticed is if you're more than 5 points ahead, it's basically over. Like that's insurmountable odds, I find, from just any election, it seemed.
We all thought it was hilarious how fast Cuomo gave up too. Like he seemed like he didn't want to be president, mayor at all.
Mayor, yeah.
And the reason I said president is because I keep liking
that's what he actually
to Trump. Well, that too, yes. But also Trump in 2016 seemed like he didn't want to win either.
Yeah,
that kind of kept echoing back to me as Cuomo was like, I'm done. That's all right. We're good.
But then he's going to keep his name on the ballot for the general election anyway, just in case.
Well, maybe not to be a conspiracy theorist, but maybe like libs talked him into like, this guy cannot fucking win. You got to try again. Like, go back. We can't let him. We got to throw everything we have at the wall.
But like what I'm hearing at this point is that his name will be on, but he's not actually going to campaign or anything like that.
Okay.
Which I think would hurt Eric Adams more than it would hurt Mamdani in that case, right?
I honestly, this is I'm very new to dealing with ranked choice voting. I don't know. I have no feel for what helps or hurts things.
The general won't be ranked choice, I don't think. I think
that's right. Yeah. No, you're right. I forgot. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He's not siphoning votes from Mamdani.
Right. Well, who knows?
That's why it's like get in there, Cuomo, get in there, Adams. Let's go, Silva. Go ahead, Silva.
Get in there too, Silva.
Jojo Silva.
More Sliwa? Does that
Sliwa.
As I've established, if you're a politician who I don't care about, I'm not going to bother.
Well, he was in the zeitgeist of New York City from pretty much birth, Rob. Like our entire lives.
My first introduction to Curtis Sliwa was in WCW when the Big Boss Man went back to WCW. You couldn't use the term Big Boss Man because WWE owned the copyright. And so he became the Guardian Angel.
Oh my God, I do not remember this. Wow.
And
he had the beret and everything?
Oh yeah, he had the full and Curtis christened him or something like that.
I don't
And
remember
that-
Curtis Sliwa being involved. I remember that gimmick, but I don't remember actual guardian angel Curtis Sliwa getting involved.
I
in it.
feel like
I believe you. I just didn't.
Yeah. But that was so he's always like this kind of comical figure to me. It was only when I became an adult that I learned that
He's a fascist.
he's a psycho.
I mainly remember him in my youth from the Morton Downey Jr. show.
You stole me. I was
Yes.
just about to say he was on Morton Downey Jr. show all the fucking time. Perfect guest for that show. If anyone doesn't know, Morton Downey Jr. was like this kind of right-wing conservative radio host who then got a TV show made in Secaucus, New Jersey on our local Channel 9 station where he would just fucking yell at people. It was
like pre-Jerry. It was Jerry Springer
with
if
politics.
the guests were the host
Yeah.
and also the guests.
Yes. And it was just people would yell at each other over politics, and he would just kind of throw his hands up and let them yell at each other and almost
fight
beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did. Was it throw? It was probably some throwing chairs.
And he smoked a cigarette and he'd blow his smoke. He was in WrestleMania.
He was on WrestleMania 5, yeah,
With
with
Roddy
Roddy
Piper.
Piper.
That was
So
one
I
of the
put-
worst
yeah.
segments. Sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty lame. Oh,
Here's Big Boss Man and Curtis Sliwa.
oh God.
Sliwa is so funny because in Russian, plum is Sliva. And
Yeah.
I just keep thinking
Yeah.
of that when I keep
Curtis
saying
Plum.
his name. Curtis Plum.
My parents used to make fun of him because his name said that.
Oh wow.
I put in our group chat, I put a link to I guess it's like maybe one of his appearances on Morton Downey or like a highlight reel. But there's
Let's see.
like a 5-minute.
That's Morton's kissing his wife, Lisa Sliwa.
Who is now, I think, married to former Governor David Patterson, right?
Really?
What?
No, didn't
I
know
think
that.
so.
The blind one?
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
the governor that wasn't blind.
The other Jeff Patterson wasn't like, you're right, sorry.
Maybe coming to New York this
Let
summer,
me
huh?
see.
Taking in a Broadway play, maybe a bite.
Oh
to
my
the
God,
restaurant in New
these
York,
dentures.
Bacon's Restaurant Row. Well, until recently, only Broadway stars you'd have seen there will be right after some crack-crazed maniac knocks your block.
I
off
miss
and
when most
knocks you
people
down
on
the
TV
street.
sounded like this.
The local people said enough was enough. Don't call Carl Malden and American Expresser to get mugged. Call the Guardian Angels. Join them in their critics.
What are they gonna do?
Beat the shit out of you.
You're
That's what
you're
they have to
already
do.
mugged.
They'll beat the shit out of you some more if you're a minority. You know what, Ron? And I remember at this point in time that Morton Downey Jr. was kind of counterculture. I feel like it was like going the other way, and Morton Downey Jr. showed up and steered it back to like conservatism. And then after that, there was like all these copycats. And then New Yorkers started all being like, like, hey, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, fuck,
It was it was Bernie Getz.
Mhm.
It was that whole climate of like, we've got to take the city back, which is a lot of what's going on now as well.
Yeah, agreed.
With these
It's
shitty
so interesting.
politicians.
When I was a kid, I didn't realize that the Guardian Angels were, racist adjacent, let's say.
That's being kind too. Like,
yeah,
A lot of them were black and Hispanic.
Right. And
So-
and also just the way the news would cover them is that I just remember I just have this very faint memory of a Fox 5 WNYW news report where it was like a train. They were like at the train, like there was crime in the trains and there weren't enough cops
Mm-hmm.
to parole
Patrol.
patrol, not parole. Thank you. Patrol the train.
Parole is the problem, Rob. You got to keep them in jail.
no bail.
And so the Guardian Angels, these wonderful volunteers, would patrol the trains for them. And I just remember thinking as a kid, like, oh, what nice people. They just want to make sure there's no crime.
'Cause that's what the narrative was.
Yeah.
I think it worked too. I think it was like, but they're doing it for free. And they can't possibly be doing anything bad if they're not being paid.
Yeah, how could there be corruption if they're doing it for free? Which to me, it's like, shouldn't you be having a job? Like, what are you doing?
Rob,
Like,
you don't understand. They love racism so much that they after work they put on the beret and go harass people. I will say this.
Rob.
I will say this. There was some egalitarianism to I've seen them harass the shit out of white people too. Like it was more like, and there were racist elements to it, 100% for sure. But I feel like the main focus of this organization was like fuck poor people. Was more of the ethos. But of course, that disproportionately affects minorities. So
Let's hear a young Curtis yell on the Morning Downey show.
Cut it out. The guardian angels are predominantly black and Hispanic. That's
Yeah, you handpick the ones who hate other members of their group. Exactly. To have plausible deniability.
Rob, would you? Which one? Sliwa
Which
or
one?
the one
I
he's
don't know.
debating? Pick.
If I'm at gunpoint, I'm doing the one he's debating. But
Okay.
neither. Ultimately.
Yeah, you look like maybe a twink or get those glasses off.
Well, I'm saying sure, yeah. Like it's closer to the mold, but not
Would
quite.
you do Sliwa if you could put the beret over his face?
No. He has too much of like this old man look for me.
He's got
it's very unattractive.
He's got a squat body. Not
He's like a
pliable.
twink Giuliani.
Hate fuck.
Yeah. No, he looks too much like a parent's friend.
Oh, like a specific person?
Specific one?
No, just like someone that would know them, and I don't like that.
I've had that
Morton
happen.
Downey
Like,
looks like a parent's friend.
yeah. I've seen
Absolutely.
I've talked to a girl where like you talk to her for a while and you start to realize she really looks like someone you can't stand or someone you'd never want to fuck in a million years, and yet she's still attractive, but it's close enough where it's annoying. Like, yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah. I like the opposite feeling when you find a porn star or an OnlyFans model that kind of reminds you of someone in your real life that you're attracted to, and then it's like, oh, perfect.
Rob, have you ever found one of those that reminds you of me or Darren?
No, because I'm not attracted to you.
But I'm not saying you then completed yourself, but I'm just saying while browsing, did you ever
No, I can't say I
like, oh,
have, no.
he reminds me of so and so next.
If I had, I would have immediately told you guys because it'd be hilarious. Like, look, this porn star looks like you.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have that kind of look. I like this. People think, oh, I've seen you in a commercial or something. I don't have the porn one. I don't get porn a lot. I definitely had one ex-girlfriend that like I immediately found a porn star right after we broke up that looked just like her. And I went to town on her.
Was
Like,
this
for one-
coincidence or you went looking?
No. Total coincidence. I would
Do you
not.
remember who the porn star was?
Eve Lawrence.
Rob,
Let's see.
please.
And the porn scenes were never any good. She wasn't any good at it, but it was just the fact that
Oh,
Did
that's
that
always-
match up with your experience with the real life woman?
what'd you say? Sorry. I didn't
Did
hear
that
you.
match up with your experience with the actual woman?
No.
Okay.
No, she was good at
Which
that.
one? This one? I guess.
Yeah. That one.
Oh, she's very attractive.
She's attractive. That's not a very good picture for her, I would say. Her chin is more not that.
It's like a
pointy.
much more feminine Sarah J.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, that
She
was
looks
a
very-
different person that time. Uh-oh. This time it looks like he caught her doing something naughty.
Oh no.
There's a lot of that. Like she's like clearly 27, like trying to be 18,
Mm.
One
You
of
just brought
those.
up a great point, Darren, about bad scenes. I feel like this is something, in my 20s, I never cared about like the actual fucking, probably because I didn't know what was going on really. It was more just about the fantasy and oogling the bodies.
Yes.
But then once I started having sex, like in my 30s, I definitely became more of a snob about the chemistry between the two performers.
So important. So important.
It's so important because like I never initially I never noticed when an actor would look bored or uncomfortable, or sometimes the uncomfortable thing could be a turn on. It depends, but
If that's the point of it.
yeah. But
if well-directed scene can take advantage of that.
right. But like sometimes it's very fascinating how like I'd have a crush on a model from seeing still photos or whatever, and then look up their scenes. And in my world, it's even more difficult because they're likely to be straight. So they really don't want to be there. They're just doing it for the money. And like when you get, and it's just like I remember there was this one guy, I forget his name, but he just looked like a fitness model. And for gay porn standards, he was very attractive, but he was like just dumb as a rock, and nobody could get a sex scene out of it. Like top only, no kissing, no sucking. But like they would throw every power bottom at him, and he would just
just kind of mechanically tap it.
yeah, just out of that. It's like, get out of here! I'm done with you.
It's like the gay porn equivalent of saying no homo.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
it's in the
He needs a
contract.
no homo tramp stamp. Yeah, while doing the scene.
Would you say, in general, the quality, the ratio of scenes that suck are higher or less than now than when you were first experiencing your blossoming?
This is a great question. I would say it's the sex is better, but because we're in more of a OnlyFans self-tape model, the videography is worse.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Which is something that like I'm very annoyed by. Like, bring in a third person to shoot it for you. I don't want to see like first person POV fucking. It's too shaky.
I just
Stabilize the shot after.
Right. I agree with that in a cinematography sense, and I don't like that concept in porn. Like I want a third person camera shot all the time, whether it's shaky or not.
Yeah.
Like I don't like being the person in the shot. I want to see the two people fucking.
I like when there's like when we're at the oral portion of the scene. I really like over the shoulder shots from the person receiving looking down on the person giving, and then the person giving looking up. Like, that is peak cinema for me. And if you don't have that, what are you even doing? What's the point? Like, sometimes they focus on the giver's like ass while he's blowing. It's like, that's a different part of the scene. We're not up to that yet.
Shelve that.
Yeah, hold on.
But you're never curious, like when you're in that situation yourself, Rob, you're never curious what's going on down there? You just want to see how it looks?
Oh, sure. No, I'm not saying don't show it at all.
Like, does the butthole do something specific when the blower is gagging? Aren't you curious just scientifically?
But you don't typically see the butthole because it's like the cheeks aren't spread. I guess it depends.
If he's squatting enough, I'm sure they spread.
Yeah, I guess if we're both sitting, well, typically it's at an angle. It's not at an angle where I would see it. I'll just say that.
Well, here's
and
what
I do, and there is a mirror there where I could look. So I will.
Rob, I think this is a new career for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you're going to be the porn director / cinematographer.
I would, it was always a fantasy of mine.
It sounds like Sid should be the gay porn director. You're doing upskirt shots on these blowjob scenes.
I'm the idea guy. I'll tell him what to do, and he can implement it.
Get me the New York City's best upskirt director for this porn scene now. I need
Darren. You met that guy in the subway. You got to go back and find him.
I didn't meet him. I just witnessed this happening.
Well, you could pick him out of a lineup, and then we can give him a job.
I don't think that would be the next step after he was in a lineup.
We'll bail him out.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're gonna do all right. Yeah. It's a Livecast project.
Legit. Yeah.
All just for Rob. It's a vanity project so he can have better blowjob scenes.
Yeah. And
maybe
profit from it.
Our patrons can help us with the bail money too. It'll be like a perk.
Okay.
Well, you better hope Zoran wins so that there is no there's bail still. They may get rid of bail here in New York City.
I can't wait for the really Italian guys to start saying like Zoran.
I feel like
I heard his name intentionally mispronounced every possible way it could be already.
Well, that was my joke just now because like conservatives I've heard them now making it rhyme with Quran. Like they're going Zoran.
Oh yeah, there's that. There's Zoran. There's Mom Donnie.
Yeah, Zoran.
Mondami.
Yeah, Bomb Dummy. I heard now.
Oh my God.
But they're mispronouncing it on purpose. In fact, I was at poker yesterday, and there was this one guy who's an ex-cop there, a Russian guy. You guys would hate this guy. He's like he's like an American, I guess came here when he was 10 or something. So he's got that. He speaks English perfectly, but he's got that Russian themed English accent, which I know you guys are very annoyed by, and me too. But I'm sure you more. And he's just everything that happens, he's got to have a fucking right-wing conservative comment on it, and he's so upset. He wants to put when sports is over, he wants to put the news, like Channel 4 news, on the television.
Well, at least he's not asking for Fox News. That's amazing.
I know he wants all the local shit that happens, like every crime-related story he has to play. And this kid, they're gonna let him fucking out because he's 16. This motherfucker, and he's just gonna rob and kill everybody. And he's like Curtis Sliwa, but a Russian guy. And he says Zora, whatever the fuck his name is, Mam Dam, Mam Nani, Mam. That's why I thought.
Meanwhile, I'm sure this guy's name is probably more difficult to pronounce than Zora is.
Yeah, probably. I don't know his last name, but his first name is very Russian-y.
Also, I believe the proper pronunciation is Zoran, but he lets that slide.
Zora. I think Zoran or Zoran he's okay with. I've heard.
Yeah. But either way, we're excited. And now that we're talking about porn, let's it sounded like you were beating off a little there.
Oh, sorry.
What was
No,
that?
I was moving some papers around. By the way,
I was
Sid, do you
thinking
remember?
about Eve Lawrence.
That's no, just physically, not the scenes are a turnoff. Do you remember when the Nets, Brooklyn, well, it was New Jersey Nets back then, had a Zoran Planinic?
Oh my God! Wow.
But that was
That's
with no
a deep
H.
cut.
I don't know if he was Muslim or not, but
Let's see.
He
I
was
don't. I bet not. But let's
he
see.
was like one of those Eastern European bordering Muslim countries kind of guys, I think.
Bosnian.
Bosnian. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's around there.
He's only 42.
Damn. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. It was like right over 10 years ago, but right before they moved to
03 to 06. He was in New Jersey Net.
Mm-hmm. We used to call him the Plan.
It was a bad plan.
Yeah.
Oh, his cousin is Ivica Zubac, who plays for the Clippers now.
Did not know that.
There you go. Little NBA factoid for you.
Another Zoran for you folks. What was sorry about porn again? Porn.
Yes.
Porn. No, I wanted to talk about Vince Neil. We teased this on our social media. Of course, you could follow us. RIP Livecast is the account to follow, and our friends at Metal Injection caught this on Twitter, and I thought it was very, very funny. So Vince Neil, friend of the show, someone we've talked about ad nauseum on the show, was spotted using his Twitter account like a boomer, and replies are public. Likes are no longer public, so you can like away all you want, but replies are public. And somebody spotted a AI chatbot on Twitter that just wrote, and this wasn't at Vince Neil, this was just into the ether, into the Twitterverse, wrote, "Can I DM you the nudie version?" And he responds, "Yeah."
That's so great.
Yeah. And I want to just can we analyze this photo for a second? Like, if you're blind, like Vince Neil probably is, and on a mobile phone, this looks like a real woman. But who has a rib cage like this? Like, what?
Right.
I'm sure Vince Neil has met women that look almost exactly like this.
And if not, this is his like platonic ideal of what kind of woman he wants anyway.
Yes.
And to be fair, like, I don't necessarily know. Like, to me, this is still funny to me, even if he knows this is AI.
I agree. Even if it, I thought you were going to say, even if he thinks this is a real woman.
Either way, it's funny. But like, I think it's perfectly plausible to me that he knows this is AI and he's still that thirsty that he wants to see the nude AI version of this.
I have to guess that Vince Neil doesn't know that AI is a thing. Or doesn't grasp the concept. That maybe he thinks it means that this is just photoshopped. Like, it's a real woman, but like airbrushed. But not that it's completely invented.
I mean, they have made her to look as though she has anorexia, I would say.
Yes.
Is that correct? Would you agree with that? Like, her arms even.
With the ribs, yeah.
Look away from the tits and everything.
It's just very odd proportions all around.
Yeah.
Like, we could look at like some other photos of her if you wanted. Like, it's just everything's, and also the skin isn't realistic. It's just, I mean, I guess that's where you could say it's photoshopped, but it's a different level. I don't know. It looks rendered, not photoshopped.
But these guys are making a killing with this shit, man.
Absolutely.
That's crazy how many people will pay for a made-up woman, And there are better ones than this. This is just like a hack job. But
she's not the only one. Here's this one from May 28th. This woman posted it on April 30th. So I'm kind of just like, how did it get into?
Wait, he replies to multiple. It's not just
there's two.
Time?
It's two different women, two different. Deleting in 12 hours, but whoever likes and says hi, I'll send a nudie in DM.
Oh my
hi,
God.
babe.
What are the replies to him saying hi, babe?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
Curious.
How to delete someone else's comment. Vince Neil caught gooning in 4K. Vince, no! Vince, stop. This is embarrassing. Not Vince Neil going on. Like, here's the thing. I don't think Vince Neil is capable of being embarrassed.
Yeah,
I don't think,
right.
I mean, he has no shame.
Yeah, his history would tell us that he's fine with embarrassing himself, or doesn't realize he's embarrassing himself.
I mean, the idea that this has been up now for 5 days and nobody told him to delete it.
Oh, I love this one.
Everybody knows it exists. What's the point of deleting?
Look at this. It's Walter White yelling at Hank through the yelling.
It's AI, Vince. It's AI.
It almost looks like he's saying AI too, with his mouth moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I don't know. I'd still delete it because it's like the next wave of people discovering this in 3 years. Like, at least there'll be these broken links now. You know,
It got him into the news though. Whatever. Any publicity is good publicity, right?
I guess.
Publicity.
I'm curious.
That girl did not have pubes. I guarantee you. Whatever AI image they generated, they know their audience.
Would you believe he's been divorced for 11 years? Unbelievable.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm going to request Grok to generate an image of AI pubes just to see what it gives me.
Oh,
I
can
bet
we
it
show
won't.
this?
I bet I won't do it.
What?
Oh, yeah,
It'll do
right.
something.
They're very, yeah. It's very PG.
It's
You can't
doing
show-
something.
Show anyone get
Wow.
killed.
His previous wife
What?
kind of
She-
looks like Jana Jameson, but kind of doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, didn't he have a sex tape with Jenna Jameson?
Oh,
Or, oh my God. No, that's not real.
that's got to be
Is that
AI.
Jenna Jameson?
No.
That's not Jana Jameson. No, that's his ex-wife.
It looks
Leah
like,
Gerardini.
but he must have multiple ex-wives, right? Not just one.
Yes. This is his most recent ex-wife, who I met at the Golden Gods. I remember.
He's got a
One day.
type.
Yeah, he definitely has a type.
There's also a type that will date him. I mean,
Right.
Could I? Okay, so I have to cut in. So the Grok, I asked for AI pubes, and one picture was like just two guys talking at a bar.
right.
The other picture is just Barack Obama.
What?
It's just a picture of Barack Obama. I'll share it with you.
What is Grok saying?
I can't begin to guess, but hold on.
Oh man.
It's in our group chat.
Okay.
That's what
I'm
AI pubes gave me
in our group chat on.
in the G chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, weird.
That's
Obama.
AI pubes. What? It's literally not even anything altered. It's just straight up just Barack Obama, like giving a speech or something.
Well, it's not quite Obama. It's a rendering of him.
It's close enough. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yes.
There's nothing like altered to cater to what my request was.
Well, Barack Obama has pubes, I'm sure.
But we're not seeing them,
Mhm.
and I feel cheated.
How often does he trim them, do you think?
He's got someone to do that, I'm sure.
Oh man.
Now, watch the presidential junk, please.
Do you think Trump trims his boobs?
No,
boobs.
Trims his
Pubes.
boobs. He definitely
Neither.
doesn't do that.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
Do you think Melania trims them for him?
I don't think she's
dates
seen them
him
in a
once a
really
week?
long time.
Oh.
Yeah, they're married
If
to
ever.
kids at this point.
Good Lord.
I don't go near that. That's in the contract. I don't go near this.
Let's see.
So neither of you have ever been tempted by AI porn? It's not good enough yet
Tempted meaning what?
to like complete yourself?
I've
Looking at
like when looking for pornographic materials, I've seen like mixed in some AI
Mhm.
and played a few seconds of it. It's completely unappealing to me. but maybe it'll get better. I don't know. Or maybe something I'm already looking at is AI. And I
Oh,
don't
it's
even know
so good that you didn't even realize.
But that's what I can identify as being AI. I don't enjoy it. And I don't use porn. I'm like way behind you two guys on porn. Like I don't, not, oh, you know what I mean. I'm not, I just don't, I don't know. I don't find porn that appealing as much.
You're right.
I like GIFs. I think I
The
mentioned
video
that.
quality on those isn't as good though.
Yeah.
It's more, I'm more of a concept guy, The concept is good. The execution has to be awful for me to turn it down. If the concept is good.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's like that dude giving that lady a suplex. That would work for you.
No, I like that, but not in a sexual way. I admire the it's a funny joke and it's well done. The athleticism.
Good execution.
Guy giving a sunset flip onto the fucking.
That's it. She sells it well.
She did. He goes right into that pussy, man. He's just fucking. It's like Brian Blair style, right into the mouth lands right on the puss. If we're talking about the same sunset flip, suplex, or whatever. Can we cue that up?
Oh, I don't think
I don't have it.
Oh,
yeah. We'll have to use your imagination.
But that I think comes from like those Jamaican like dance club parties where they do those moves, but like they're not naked, but they do those moves or partially naked and they start dry humping.
Daggering.
Yeah, and then somebody just started doing that in a porn, naked.
I mean, it probably started out naked, and then they brought it to the dance floor dressed, and then they brought it back to the bedroom.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
I have not gotten off to AI porn. It does not do it for me. In fact, I feel it's like I feel deceived when someone tries to like present it as possibly real.
What if they say, look at this great AI pornography?
So that's what I'll say. So there's this series called I'm not sure if it's Average Neighbor or Friendly Neighbor, something like that, where it's I guess I don't know if you would say this is AI, but it's like fully rendered porn of like pro wrestlers with oversized junk fucking each other in the ring. So it's like The Rock fucking John Cena, and it looks like
good?
The Rock and John Cena, and and like it's from a technical standpoint.
From the wrestling, you mean, or
no, there's no wrestling. They're just fighting, but like I mean, like cinematography, like not cinematography.
That's lazy. They should have like a 7-minute match. And then it's sweaty, and then they fuck.
Right. No, it's just like very short scenes of pounding and like gasping and all that.
They don't do like he doesn't go. You smell what The Rock is cooking?
No, because it's all rendered, so there's no actual voices.
I'm kind of curious to see how this looks.
I can show it jerk off. Maybe I'll throw it in the Discord as well. Obviously, I'm not going to show it on here. We're going to get thrown off.
I understand.
It's nudity, but it never. Like it was fascinating to watch and to be like, wow, this really does look realistic. It really looks like The Rock is penetrating John Cena or whatever. But it didn't hit that tingle in me to make me want to touch myself.
Well, but that could be you don't really like those two guys. What if Billy Kidman?
No, they were good question.
All London and Billy Kidman going at it.
I mean, I'd have to take a second look, but no, I don't.
Prime Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah, young.
Well, now we're talking.
Rob,
no,
25-year-old Ricky Steamboat or 55-year-old? Which one do you prefer?
25, definitely the
what if they did a video where it was 55-year-old Ricky Steamboat topping 25-year-old Ricky Steamboat?
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
That's around the corner. Is you just type in a prompt and it spits out AI porn of exactly what you asked for.
Yeah,
and we're moments away.
And in a few years, I'm sure it'll be way better than that Rock's John Cena thing, which you said is already pretty good.
Yeah, here I found.
Oh no!
Here's one. I'll send it to you guys in the private chat. Maybe you could describe it.
Dusty Rhodes Muffler asks if we can get Chief J Strongbow AI porn, and I bet there's real Chief J Strongbow porn you can get right now.
Rule 34.
So, it's called Average Neighbor. If you want to look. You want to look up these?
I'm scared. I gotta like go to my other browser.
Am I gonna have to mute this, or is there audio to it, or is it just video?
There is the audio is just like moaning sounds. So
Batista and Orton, you sent us.
Yes, this is Batista and Orton.
Oh no!
Oh,
so what are you seeing? Should you explain to the audience?
It's like Batista has Orton up and he's about to give him a power bomb, but he's just not dropping him, and he's instead getting face fucked. And he also has a gigantic boner that's dripping what looks like soft serve ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
It's horrible. I can't anymore.
Let's see.
I had to stop.
I just opened it now.
Oh, Darren, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Wait, Randy Orton has like dead eyes though. It doesn't look real.
If you fast forward a little more, they're like fucking. It's a little more believable. But the oversized penises, it's like, come on, guys. But I guess if it's fantasy, let's go all the way.
Yeah, why not? It's not oversized to like too ridiculous of a level. It's like bolded.
Yeah,
I don't think the font size changed. It's just bolded. If that makes sense.
Oh, Batista's writing it now. Okay.
Yeah. Batista's the bottom.
Oh, the whole time he's the bottom? I just scanned around.
There's continuity. There's narrative continuity in this. They
man.
don't accidentally become verse.
Yeah.
Oh, it ends with Randy Orton finishing inside of Batista.
Oh, a little internal cream pie.
Yeah, and you see the cream forming.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. It's not a pretty sight.
It's not very good though. I feel like Randy Orton looks like a cartoon character. Batista looks a little more realistic, but not still. It's like
yeah.
It doesn't.
It looks like a secret level in the next WWE video game.
Imagine like the hot GTA hot coffee. Oh boy,
that's Average Neighbor, folks. If you're ever curious,
what a weird name for that.
What a weird name for two people that would never be my neighbor in a million years.
You don't know.
I guess.
What if you end up in Tampa somehow?
I would like to avoid doing that.
Or I guess Batista probably lives in LA at this point.
Yeah.
But we learned so much. Keeping things sexy, I want to move on to
this is like too hot for the TV, too hot for the Livecast Patreon episode. Go ahead.
Yeah, a little bit actually. We want to talk about Fat Joe. We've really been exploring his world.
Well, and, not in the Batista Orton way, but yeah.
That probably also exists.
I just want to say that yesterday's sex crimes are not today's sex crimes. So here, let's watch this news report from NBC about what's going on.
Rapper Fat Joe has been hit with an explosive $20 million lawsuit for allegedly coercing his ex-hype man into thousands of sexual acts. And a graphic 1-7-page lawsuit, Terrence T.A. Dixon accuses Fat Joe.
What? They got it with the schmata.
Yeah. They're trying to make him look Muslim. It's the go-to thing for NBC. He may be linked to Zoran Mamdani,
whose legal name is Joseph Cartagena, of more than a decade of abuse. The details so disturbing that there's a big trigger warning in the red on the first page of that filing. Dixon alleges that in the lawsuit, Cartagena forced him to, quote, humiliating situations, including sex acts, performed under duress and surveillance. Dixon claims he personally witnessed Cartagena engage in sexual relations with girls as young as 15, one of whom Cartagena was allegedly in love with and contemplated leaving his wife for. An attorney for Cartagena says the lawsuit is a blatant act of retaliation. NBC's Stephen Romo is on the story for us. And Stephen, Cartagena initially sued Dixon, and now Dixon is suing Cartagena. Both sides are trading allegations here.
Yeah, a lot of allegations here, but the lawsuit filed today has a lot more graphic content, if you will, Tom. Cartagena actually sued Dixon back in April on allegations that, as a former employee, he was trying to extort him for money. Well, Dixon's suit that was filed today is a lot more than just a typical employment dispute. The complaint does accuse Cartagena of underpaying him But it goes on with many more allegations, claiming Cartagena would bring women to hotel rooms and make Dixon have sex with them in front of him and others. It also alleges that Cartagena would fly underage girls into the U.S. from Europe and that he paid for plastic surgery for one of them, and claimed
and
that
then
the
she
minors
became an
were
art
frequently cut
teacher
off
in New York
financially
City.
and discarded when they became non-compliant. Now, Cartagena's attorney claiming that those claims in this lawsuit are complete fabrications and lies, and saying, quote, the lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit we filed first, of course, referencing that lawsuit originally filed back in April, Tom.
So we have another famous rapper being hit with a RICO charge, and we talked about Sean Diddy Combs' trial earlier in the newscast. He's also, of course, being accused of building a criminal empire here, and several of the people connected to this lawsuit.
Some of these accusations that.
You know what they call it when you sit in the defendant's chair for a sex trafficking case?
We call that the Joe Biden seats.
You better hope it's not a jury of 12 Joe Buttons. That Joe's going down.
They're going to push that button to send you to prison.
Well, can he still do his podcast from there or go to Knicks games?
I hope so. God, that would be such a travesty if you could.
Imagine if he is serving 20 years in federal prison and that's finally when the Knicks win the title. He can't even go.
Well, don't have to worry about that, Sid. I foresee that.
They'll wait until he's out.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to see one in his lifetime.
R.I.P. a Fat Joe.
But yeah, obviously, no details, it seems, in these. I guess we'd have to read the 157-page lawsuit.
Yeah, Rob's not doing that.
Well, that'll be the rest of this show.
Yeah.
Can you have ChatGPT read it and give you the highlights?
I guess that's true.
Hey, Rob, you're so
I need
old
to find
school.
it.
You don't even think of these things. I don't either.
Only my warped mind.
No, you're with the future.
I'm definitely the most cutting edge of the three of us by far.
Yeah. There's been an update that the prosecutor on this case, the lawyer representing the guy suing Fat Joe was arrested for assaulting the elderly.
What?
Wow.
Was it Dougie Fresh? Did he hit Dougie Fresh?
The lawyer was arrested.
I don't know.
This is currently or like just in his past?
This happened on Wednesday. The lawyer was arrested.
Was he just he's like an ambulance chaser trying to get them to like be clients, and he chases them down so aggressively that he hits them?
Dusty Rhodes also has to see the guy that punched Rick Moranis.
Oh.
He met a 66-year-old messenger hired by the rapper's attorney. The messenger had been hired to serve Blackburn with a complaint in Joe's case, but the rep did not react positively to the news. He allegedly jumped into his car, pushed it in reverse, and backed up, hitting the server in the leg, causing a minor injury. Okay, so it was a little...
And that was Rick Moranis, by the way.
Yeah, sad. What his career has come to. Honey, I shrunk the court papers.
Dixon claims Joe started a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old Caucasian girl after meeting at an overseas concert. Joe flew her to New York and Miami multiple times and paid for her to get a BBL because her body was, quote, adolescent and not fully formed, end quote. Oof.
You could wait also,
Yeah, or just find someone who has a different body and isn't a child.
Yeah, someone who's actually a woman whose body is fully formed.
That's how good her personality was, Darren. He needed to make the body catch up to the greatness of her personality. He couldn't wait.
Some guys are so narcissistic. I've encountered in the past that like the idea of a woman, like another penis being in a woman, is like skeeves them out. And so they must find these young girls, these pure girls who's
never been touched,
who has no cum juices in them, I guess.
That's what Dave Ellefson used to be into.
Oh, no.
I also think there's an element of like, if you listen to Fat Joe talk, he's like clearly a very insecure person. And I think like they a lot of guys that are insecure, like they want to get someone and mold them, like I know everything, I want to teach you the ways of the world, and they get off on that personally themselves in doing that, as opposed to a woman who's an adult who has a mind of her own. They're like kind of like will feel diminished in her presence.
Makes sense.
Do we think this is actually going to lead to anything, or is it just going to be a news story for a week and then he never actually gets in trouble?
I mean, there's a suit.
Yeah,
his manager's suing him, so
we will follow this.
Something, yeah.
Our news division will be on this case.
I want to. There's one other one. Joe's ex-hype man also. I'm sorry. Here we go. Dixon also claims Fat Joe was in love with a Latina he met when she was 15 years old. He says Joe paid all the girls' bills, took her overseas for tours, put her up in a condo near where he lived with his wife in Florida, and contemplated leaving his wife for her. Dixon says Joe has an unhealthy and troubling fixation on underage individuals and raps about it in "She's My Mama."
Really? Can we play some of that?
Or Rob, just can you recite the lyrics?
Yeah. Look up the lyrics while I read this next guy. There's a little more to this. Joe's ex-hype man also says Fat Joe coerced him into sex with women after concerts, sometimes in full view of other people, and says Joe underpaid him, denied him songwriting credits, and concealed royalties and back-end payments. That's so... Hey, fuck this girl right now in front of us. Go. All right. It's weird. I don't know.
One man's treasure is another man's trash.
Is that part of the lyrics?
Yeah, that's the whole. Oh, all right. Yeah. And hold on. And the man who sleeps on the floor can't fall the fuck off the bed. N-word. Pop your collar to this. It's Grills Mania. You heard me? Okay. That was like the hype man. All right. She's my mammy. She's my baby. It says mammy here. I'm just saying M-A-M-M-Y. I love you so much. You driving me crazy. Want to be down. Jump in the car. Rolling with me. I'll make you a star. Now, she was only 16. I had to nurture that.
Oh, no.
Give her some growth. Waited till I touched the cat. Told she going to have to work if she going get ahead. Then she drove me berserk when she gave me some head.
Oh, really? He rhymed head with head? Yeah, canceled. That's the worst crime he committed in this.
She told me that she learned that from the porno flicks. I said, Mommy, stop talking. Just suck on this dick. I ain't say her name yet, so let's say she nothing. Now watch me turn this nothing into something. Get it? Mommy, get in that kitchen. This is freebase. Just cook it till it's hard, then cut it in eighths. Take the trip cross town to see True. Just get the money. Don't listen. That N-word, think he cute. See all this money we got going shopping. Louis Vuitton, and it says Poochie here. I'm assuming that's Gucci. We get it popping. We hit the club on some Clico shit. See the respect that you get from just being my bitch. Look. See them. They sick. They want to be in your shoes. That's the game that I hit her with to leave her confused. I'm just using her for paper. She want a man. I'm about to see my other bitch, but she understands. Chorus. The chorus again. I think it looks like this is oh no, I was gonna say it looks like this is only the first verse was about the underage girl, but I don't think that's true. I think it continues. Do you want to hear this?
Sure. Yeah, let's see.
Hey yo, I met her. This is not him singing this. It's like it says verse 2 H Mob. Okay. Hey yo, I met her at the Rucker Park watching the Stars play. I knew she was a terror. She was watching the squad play again. Play. I knew she had her own. She was pushing the bubble type of eye candy that you see in the bubble X type of eye candy that you see in the double X. Fat ass, long hair, short like Nia Long. I knew she was a victim from the start. My G is strong. And then she said she ain't felt this good in 10 summers. I don't know. So when she was 6, gave me credit card and debit card with PIN numbers. I'm looking at receipts. She spent G's on the kid. I think he's talking about an adult now.
Yeah.
Only the Fat Joe verse has the grooming lyrics.
Yeah, he's the only pervert here.
Well, There you have it.
Well, that we know. Documented. The only document we've ever
I can't wait till that white attorney reads this into the court record.
Oh my god.
We will be following this case. Yeah.
Wow. How did he think it was a good idea to put all that shit into the fucking into a song?
How old do we know how old that song is?
2006.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think also you could just his lawyer could argue like this is fantasy. You know, this is
Isn't there a specific law about you can't like try a rapper for their lyrics? Like this has come up legally in New York City before.
I didn't mean like doing that will put him in prison. I just mean it's such a bad look. I mean, to rap about that? Why would you rap? You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Well, it hasn't negatively impacted his career or his celebrity yet, right? Until this came up.
Maybe only because he's not like people are not into Fat Joe anymore. You know what I mean? Like I think he stopped being a famous rapper before like Me Too and stuff like that.
True.
Like, did anyone care to look him up or
Probably
his lyrics?
Not. Probably not.
That's just the theory. But
well, we've looked them up now.
yeah. Well, they prompted by a lawsuit. I mean, this guy's mentioning it in the fucking lawsuit.
Rob, maybe he'll be at that detention center near you soon. You could go heckle him.
But also, you brought up a good point. Like you just said, okay, who cares that he put like these lyrics in? You can't be prosecuted. But now it's coming up in a prosecution. He's not going to be tried for singing that song, but it's certainly circumstantial evidence that he likes 16-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's alleged to be actually fucking them.
Well, like also, wouldn't there be footage, like photos or some sort? He's a very public figure. There, you would think there would be some
stay tuned.
Some evidence or something. Yeah. We'll see. This is very interesting. Joe is pushing back. He's not being quiet about it. He's saying he's completely innocent. This is a cash grab. This guy's just jealous because I fired him. And
what if they propose a settlement where the accuser just gets Fat Joe's Trump sneakers?
Wow. I'm sure she'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
I just want to make a typographical point here because I know you two guys are both into that. That link you send me from Genius Lyrics, and it says "She's My Mama," the title of the song. And the second M in mama is an upside down Russian sh sound. W.
Well, Genius is kind of like Wikipedia, so it's a lot of fan submitted things. So
it's not actually that genius.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Interesting though that I guess the butt lift was the biggest insane thing, and I guess buying a condo for a 16-year-old living next and move her in.
Well, that at least he's
and your
providing housing. That there's worse things. Getting plastic surgery for a child, I think, is worse than buying a house for a child.
And also fucking them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Assuming that actually happened.
Right.
Yes.
Any of it. Could all be lies. Who knows? Fat Joe might be telling the truth, and this guy might be behind the Joe Budden seats and wanting to get into the good seats. So. But where are this girl's parents? If that's true, like, did they go? Yes, go live with Fat Joe.
Back in Serbia, I don't.
Wasn't she Latina though? I thought he said.
Oh, one was Latina, but there was also the BBL was for the white girl.
Oh, okay.
Right, I think.
I might have got my wires crossed there.
The Latina was the one that he almost left his wife for.
Yeah, the Latina was exactly that he bought a condo for.
There's levels to this, Darren. You got to understand.
In another article, Dixon, the guy suing Joe, said he was a victim of a wide spectrum of sexual coercion, psychological control, forced exhibitionism.
Forks.
Forks.
She had to lick a fork in public.
He argues meets the legal definition of sex trafficking. So he argues he was trafficked by Fat Joe. Dixon was routinely coerced into engaging in sexual acts by Fat Joe, who he said arranged and orchestrated these encounters, frequently remaining in the room to watch, record, or provide explicit direction and commands. Fat Joe's a freak.
Can you imagine trying to fuck somebody and like keep it up while Fat Joe's blubbery ass fucking gut is in your face recording?
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Is that more difficult or less difficult than trying to fuck somebody while Vince McMahon is pooping on them?
No, that's a good question.
I think we less like just the smell of poop. It's like it's a game. It's over for me. It's like
but I think
immediate shrinkage.
But John Laurinaitis is a freak. I think he's probably into that.
It wasn't with John Laurinaitis. It was with another unidentified third party.
Oh, okay. Sorry, John.
Incident. There might have been an incident where he shat on a woman while Laurinaitis is in the room, but that was not in the lawsuit.
So let's say for me, it would be the Vince McMahon thing, but both, but slightly worse the Vince McMahon.
Yeah, agreed.
Because of the added. I mean, Vince McMahon is no like picnic to look at either.
It's
sure. But. Jabba the Hutt, the rapper, is standing next to you while you're trying to get it up.
And also, you might be asking, well, why did he agree to do all of this stuff? Why didn't he just quit or whatever?
Yes, I am asking that.
According to the lawsuit, Dixon submitted to coercion out of fear of retaliation, including financial punishment, professional sabotage, abandonment in foreign countries, or physical harm. In one instance, Dixon said he resisted participating in one such sexual encounter while abroad.
In abroad.
He claims that Fat Joe retaliated by canceling his return flight, deliberately stranding the plaintiff without money, shelter, or support.
Imagine if it's like that scene in the Indiana Jones movie. Remember where he's got to grab the treasure, but the weight on the pedestal has to be the same, so he has to replace it. So he can grab an underage girl, but he's got to replace it with another person. So it's like snatch the child and put the security guard in her place, and the parents are none the wiser for a few weeks until they realize.
Yeah, no, that adds up.
That's 40-year-old. Yeah. You see, Your Honor, we're going to use the Indiana Jones defense in this case. Have you seen the movie with the pedestal and everything? That's what happened.
The big rolling ball. Fat Joe would be the rolling ball.
Gavel bang.
Indiana Jones.
Not guilty. This case is ruining his career. He was slated to be the rolling ball in the reboot of Indiana Jones, and this is fucking everything up. Big fat Puerto Rican rolling ball.
Oh my goodness.
We were talking about the mayoral race.
Yes,
yeah,
we were
earlier. And I wanted to talk about one other candidate before we're moving on from Fat Joe.
Just he's not a candidate.
He's not running for.
Has he endorsed anyone?
I can see him endorsing Adams.
He's endorsed Cold Stone ice cream. Yo, big fan, yo.
But Pastor James Manning. Have we heard of this guy?
No.
Pastor James Manning.
Can I see him? Maybe
let's take a look.
Is that the real name of Paperboy Love Prince?
No, Paperboy Love Prince is just Paperboy Love Prince. That's his own. That's a different character. Okay. This is Pastor James Manning. I think he's running on the Republican ticket or maybe independent. I'll double check in a second. But he went viral. I saw this clip on Instagram on the shitter at 5:30 in the morning, and I laughed like I pissed myself laughing, not literally. Because I was on the shitter, so I would have pissed right in the toilet, but there's no actual pissing, but it was very funny.
It's not a Vince McMahon sex scene. We got
okay, so so here we go.
On the horse's ass. That's what happened. Don't belong on your head. I would enact legislation that you can't have braids if you work in a hospital.
What?
What? Like the most random issue. You can't have braids if you work in a hospital. Why can't you have braids if you can't work in a hospital?
Something very specific must have happened to him the last time he was hospitalized. Yeah. Like a braid got into his soup, maybe, and he's just like, "No, this must be out."
It was taco night in a hospital, and I got a braid of horsehair floating around in there.
You got his accent down perfectly. He sounds like Foghorn Leghorn.
I heard that. Now, boy, I said, boy. Why are you
trying to give the patient an IV and your hair's dropping in their mouth? They can't breathe. Their eyes are they're chewing on your hair. I don't know what happened to them.
What?
You can't have braids and false hair, horse hair in the hospital. Horse hair don't belong in the hospital. Horse hair don't belong in the restaurants. Horse hair don't belong in the schools. Horse hair don't belong in the horse hair belong on the horse's ass. That's where it belongs. Don't belong on your head.
Look at this poor walk.
She's like, yeah, I've had to hear this for 50 years. Now it's your turn, motherfuckers.
We need to hear this whole thing again.
On your head.
Half asleep.
She's in the Joe Budden seats for this.
I would enact legislation that you can't have braids if you work in a hospital. You're standing there trying to give the patient an IV and your hair's dropping in their mouth. They can't breathe, their eyes are open, they're chewing on your hair. I don't know what happened to them. You can't have braids and false hair, horse hair in the hospital. Horse hair don't belong in the hospital. Horse hair don't belong in the restaurants. Horse hair don't belong in the schools. Horse hair don't belong in the horse hair belong on the horse's ass. That's where it belongs. Don't belong on your head. Horse hair
I love that this is one of the comments. Uncle Ruckus is one of the comments.
Does he have any other issues on his platform other than horse hair?
Where is this?
This is New York.
What?
Manning is running for mayor of New York City.
Yeah. Look, I will make the crooked places straight and make the crooks pay. Is he going to make the ban homosexuality in the village?
Yeah, I don't know why is the Sphinx behind him in this?
I don't remember him being an option in my ranked choice.
I didn't see him. Well, maybe he's not running.
Oh,
as a
he's a
Democrat.
Republican. He's running as a Republican. Oh, independent. Here we go.
So we'll have a chance in November.
Yes.
Yeah, he said the Republican Party leaders rejected my policies. I switched to independent. I am running strong and powerful in the November general election.
What's his ballot line?
It's just independent, I guess.
Is he going to tear down the Apollo? What's that sign doing there? What's going on? Not the beloved Apollo.
Yeah.
Has he come out against anti-Semitic horses?
Hold on.
Youngsters don't belong on horses.
I will create legislation to infuse $41 billion into poor and marginalized neighborhoods by increasing minimum wage to $27 an hour. That will allow housing affordability. There will be no sales tax collection by mom and pop stores, small bodegas, or delis in poor and marginalized neighborhoods. No sales tax on any food sales in restaurants, hotels, wholesales, or purveyors. You should not have to pay tax to eat food. Honestly, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Horse hair do not belong in barbecue dipsy doodle bags.
He was born in rural North Carolina, had the unique experience of walking through the cotton fields and holding the hands of a grandfather who was born a slave in 1861. Going astray spiritually and socially in the tumultuous 70s, he ended up in the Florida prison system where he worked on the chain gang.
What?
No. They couldn't be. He's old, but they weren't still chain gangs when he was.
Is it possible that this is just the rent is too damn high guy with a haircut?
He just shaved his head into baldness.
Jimmy McMillan.
Yeah.
In 1976, while incarcerated at the Brooklyn House of Detention, Pastor Manning was saved. In 77, he was transferred back to Revered Prison, where he met Richard Stauffer, a corrections officer who gave his life to Jesus and became a Methodist pastor of a church as a result of watching Pastor Manning's walk and listening to.
Yeah, boring.
All right. I love this. Look at all these raindrops he's saving you from. Corruption, crime, congestion prices.
Yeah.
All right. I need more video though. I want to hear this guy talk.
Could they please invite him to the debate? Please.
Oh my God,
please. Does it have a list of like appearances? Is he campaigning? Can we go see him somewhere other than his church?
I want to hear him
yell. There's campaign videos.
Oh, campaign videos. There we go. All right, they're kind of long.
Skip around. It's fine.
Which one should I guess? Pray for Manning for mayor in New York City. This man from a different generation. Let's try that one.
Been to the Vatican several times since John Paul II, and we need to understand
65 views.
Church bowed down and allowed itself.
Wait, this is just him in a van talking to someone outside of the van. This is worse cinematography than the porn you were talking about.
You're right. What's so crazy also is he's mic'd up too, which is
but like not in. There's no light. He's just in shadows.
He's like the Slender Man talking. He's in the background of the video.
Immoral. It's ungodly, but they've done it. That's my point of view. I know you're a Catholic, and I'm not against you. All right.
He eventually gets out of the car.
That's nice. Can you spare any change, please, sir? I'm hungry.
Sir, I just came here to say you can't park here. Move your car.
One of them. And that's where I had the problem. You know, I came here to wish you luck. God bless you. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Give that guy a heart attack.
That's it. I grew up in rural North Carolina. Okay. The southeastern part of North Carolina on Interstate 95. Okay. During the summertime, I didn't wear shoes. I woke up in the morning, no shoes. I walked the fields. I plowed the mules. I picked the cotton. I did all that.
Plowed the mules. Oh my God, Rob! You ever
my daddy
plow
would find
a
some
mule?
money and put on a pair of what we call brogan.
Horse hair don't belong on no mule.
All right, and I went to school with shoes on.
My cock belongs in them mules.
I probably couldn't pay attention. That's how.
Oh man, nothing is gonna top that.
He's topping the mules.
He legitimately just admitted to fucking donkeys.
Yeah. Oh, look at it's Area Place.
Let's sit down and get to know you.
Nice name.
It's a place in
Thank
Staten
you.
Island. Holy shit.
Praise Almighty God. It's good to see all of y'all out here today. I've come from Harlem, New York. So let me let you know, though, if you don't know who
Anybody
I am,
got any
which you
cute
probably are listening.
mules?
My name is Pastor James David Manning. I'm the pastor of the Outlaw World Missionary Church in Harlem, New York City. Okay. And one other thing I want you to know, I've come here to support you.
Mules.
I've come here to support you on this assault.
Let's just get it out of the way.
With this 9 dot, whoever the hell they are. But I want to tell you this, that unfortunately for everybody else, I'm going to be the mayor of New York City come 2025.
Tough luck, Zoran.
And it's about time.
Also, you wouldn't be inaugurated until 2026.
I just want to come today and say that I support what you're trying to do. This is a hazard. It's dangerous. It should not be. Somebody, I don't know if you have lawyers.
Come on, get riled up again.
Here, but you know, you can file an injunction against the city of New York. Have y'all done that yet? You want to go to Southern District Court.
He's just giving him legal advice. What is this? What is this about congestion pricing, or what is he?
Permanent injunction against them building this project, whatever it is here in this community.
Some shit they're building in Staten Island.
Yeah.
All right. I think we just need to go back to the original video
Yeah.
one last time.
I belong on the horse's ass. That's where I belong. Don't belong on your head. I would enact legislation that you can't have braids if you work. You're standing there trying to give the patient an IV and your hair is dropping in their mouth. They can't breathe, their eyes are open, they're chewing on your hair. I don't know what happened to them. You can't have braids and false hair, horse hair in the hospital. Horse hair don't belong in the hospital.
Mules belong in the hospital.
Restaurants.
Oh no! After he plows the mule had to go to the hospital. Couldn't walk.
Horse hair don't belong in the horse hair.
Mental hospital. They couldn't handle the trauma.
I love how he ran out of places that horsehair don't belong, and then he had to adjust like horsehair belong on a horse's ass.
Yeah, he doubled down on the hospitals first. Like, I'm done. I'm out of things. You know, this is what Carl Winslow looks like today. Feel old yet?
Oh my God. Man. There's another one. I guess he's like a known character.
He's a kook.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let's see. So he's not even from New York.
Show?
Right?
Why are we letting these non-New York illegal immigrants in to run for mayor? How dare they? Native New Yorkers only.
Okay, here's an older clip.
This is
his BCAT
the
show.
woman didn't realize.
This is his BCAT show, right?
An associate, the name was Jess or something. Jessica.
Oh, I love Jessica Williams.
I was going to dunk on Jessica Williams.
How old
that
is this?
question me about Starbucks and this latte is that it's a concoction of milk. The John Stewart woman associate. I said, yes, it is a concoction of milk with some flavoring in it. Yes. And I said to her that milk is something that's produced by the mammary glands, and it is a body fluid, however, albeit produced by the mammary glands, and people tend to like its taste. It tends to nourish people. It tends to give life.
Say something anti-milk?
You know, it's a strange thing that milk comes from the
Starbucks is adding semen into their coffee is the headline.
Oh, Rob.
Glands and et cetera, et
Rob's
cetera.
going to pause the show to get a grande.
I roll my own.
You know, and this thing going back a year ago with me talking about semen and Starbucks lattes. And they do
lattes. They
Many
do put
people
him in
slammed me and said I should get off of it. One guy wrote me and told me he wasn't going to send me any more offerings until I stopped talking about semen in Starbucks coffee. I told him to keep his offerings. But at any rate, the semen is another kind of milk. It's something that's produced by the testicle glands of a man.
I don't think that's...
People tend to like milk that's produced by the mammary glands of a woman. Starbucks has figured out that people tend to like semen that's produced by the testicle glands of a man.
Irony.
So what's the big deal if they mix milk and semen together? For some people, a nice taste. Now, I don't go to
shit he's saying is
drink
kind of
coffee,
wacky.
first of all.
Yeah,
great speech.
He's just the
But
black
when I
Alex
said that,
Jones. It's really
I know they're not going to add that. I know they're going to edit it. I know they're going to put that on the air. They're not going to do
common
that.
people.
But don't argue with me.
So they're coming with the semen.
Bless his heart. There's so many clips.
The Zionists are putting semen in the Starbucks.
I mean, same exact thing. Talking about sex, talking about semen.
About pee-pee.
And Pastor Manning has gone viral again.
Doing the horsehair thing. Yeah. Okay.
You're standing there trying to give the patient an IV and your hair dropping in their mouth. They can't breathe. Their eyes are open. They're chewing on your hair. Don't know what happened to them. You can't have braids and false hair, horsehair in the hospital. Horsehair don't belong in the hospital. Horsehair don't belong in the restaurants.
Is there any more questions?
Guys forgot.
No, it's
James.
this guy talking. All right. I should have done a little research before this, but I'm obsessed now with Pastor Manning. We'll do more research.
Is he in the banner yet?
If any of our, we got to put horsehair in the banner. Horsehair don't belong in the Livecast banner.
Get some horsehair, like some kind of stock footage of a horsehair, and then him looking at it angrily. Find a still photo of him looking at it, pissed off.
But if you have any Pastor Manning videos that you want us to inspect, riplivecast@gmail.com is the address.
Can you
or any horsehair you want us to inspect?
Can you make an AI photo of him fucking a mule?
Oh no, I don't think you do.
Oh, well, technology's not there yet. Give it a few years. How about Randy Orton and Batista wearing a mule and a horse costume? Getting
that exists.
Okay. Don't need to see it.
Before we wrap up,
what do we got?
I just want to play this guy who I feel like some sort of kinship to. Yeah, this guy was at a museum in Europe, and there was a Van Gogh chair made of Swarovski crystals.
Swarovski
crystals, and he sat in it.
Are you not supposed to sit on it?
You're not supposed to sit on it. No, it's for display only.
Oh no, broke it! Oh
no! We've all been there. Well, me and Derek.
Hanno atteso l'uscita del personale di sala per una foto ad effetto e poi via, incuranti dell'accaduto.
I don't know about
that. You don't want to know what they just said. No, they just said they waited for security to leave and then took a photo.
That woman he's with looks a little heftier than he is.
Hey now. Well, she didn't actually sit in the chair.
Don't make a fucking chair out of precious crystals if you don't want fat people to sit on it. I'm sorry.
Put like a rope there or something.
Some notice. We'll sign.
Apparently, Kyle says we've talked about that pastor before.
Really?
Oh, we have?
He was the flames coming out of your butthole guy, which sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay, thank you, Kyle. I did see. It did feel like that guy. I was like, "There's no way this guy hasn't been on our radar. If he's been on the Daily Show,
especially if he's from here, yeah."
Has he been on the Daily Show, or he just
that's
talked about someone else?
The thing about the semen, he was talking about how Jessica Williams interviewed him.
Oh, interviewed him. Oh, I thought. Oh, I'm sorry.
Interviewed him about the controversy, and he was saying, he was explaining his side.
The audio was a little choppy at that time. I didn't.
Rob, Jander has messaged me on the side to say you should check the Livecast Gmail. That there's something for you in the Livecast Gmail.
By the way, that's riplivecast@gmail.com. Livecast mentioned on Alex Jones.
What?
For real?
No.
Can't be.
See. Hold on.
Just now? Or just like years
Are
ago?
we going to get deplatformed if we play an Alex Jones clip? Didn't we get in trouble once before for even just share it, like playing it to make fun of it?
Well, let's see what it is first.
Let me see. I'm having. I don't know how to. Oh, I guess I could play it like here.
He didn't give any details. It's just.
We gave him a video file.
I see. All right.
Is it just him jerking off?
Oh,
Is
going to call me.
Oh,
I know that cunt Rothbard is going to call me conspiracy theorist, but I find it interesting that the day that Iran retaliates against the U.S. is the day that the Livecast doesn't air because Rabba has a family emergency.
I see what Janet did.
I see.
It is a little
the family emergency was not mine, but yes. Touche. You got us.
Jander.
But yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about our Spotify picks. Each week, we each pick a song. We throw it on a playlist called the RIP Livecast Music Break. You can check it out on Spotify. Search for it there. There's also a link on our website, riplivecast.com. You can get all of our links there, including our Discord, where you can come hang out with us all week long and share links. We could talk about the pastor. We could talk about Alex Jones, whatever you want to talk about. We're in there. We're in those chat rooms chatting it up. Chatting it up. And so let me see. Where's this RIP Livecast Music Break? There it is. So we each pick a song. We're at almost 900 songs, 57 hours and 23 minutes of music. It's a very fun playlist. My pick this week is Vicinity of Obscenity by System of a Down. I think last week we were talking about System of a Down on the show, and I mentioned how I was going to go see them later this summer. And I was on a long car trip this week. And I was like, let me put on, I haven't listened to System of a Down in a while. Let me put something on. And I decided to put on Hypnotize, which was their most recent release from, like 15 years ago now, or 10 years ago. But it's probably the one I listened to the least, just because it's come out more recently.
20 years. It's 20 years old.
Wow.
Really? Oh my God.
2005. This year it's 20 years old.
Oh my God. You're right. It's 20 years old. Holy shit.
It's wild.
And it's really good. There's really, really good songs on it. It's like a very good compilation of all of their sound, like all of their the evolution of all of their sound, I feel. And this song in particular is very fun, and I know Darren, you're a big fan of it as well.
Yeah,
the
terracotta,
hook of the
terracotta pie.
Someone actually presented Surge with a terracotta pie in a recent interview. It was very funny.
Oh, this is their one of their silly songs. It's like they have serious political songs, and then they just goofy songs. This is like their goofy song.
Yeah. Here, let me load up him actually eating terracotta pie.
Oh, isn't terracotta like clay though?
Yeah, how could he eat it?
Yeah.
If we could bring it out. It's something you didn't ask for, but something that I would have been.
I still see Alex Jones.
Yeah. Did he present him with the
vanilla wafer?
Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. Here I am watching this on my own. This is a stupid.
Well, how was it?
It was great. There we go.
But we could bring it out. It's something you didn't ask for, but something that I would have been remiss.
Whoa. It's a banana terracotta pie with vanilla wafers.
You talked about how much tension there is.
And how it doesn't look like terracotta, because every time I see terracotta, it's like multiple colors, but that is a terracotta.
We had five.
I've never had a banana terracotta pie.
And now you can, brother. Where there's
it's a banana pie in a terracotta bowl. To be.
That's a cheat. You got to eat the real clay. Come on, man.
Yeah. Get out of here.
So there you have it. So that's my pick. Very excited to see System of a Down. The first album is also very good. I went back and listened to that as well. Obviously, Toxicity is one of my favorite albums of all time. I don't think I need to even listen. I still know every word and every moment of that album. And as I've mentioned on the show before, when that came out in 2001, I'm not exaggerating, listened to it every day on the way to and from college for 6 months. So I was obsessed with it. Darren, what was your pick?
Well, this was going to be my pick last week. We postponed the show, but this past Monday was the 70th birthday of Glenn Danzig.
Yeah.
So to celebrate that, I picked a song from my favorite album by Danzig in all of his, iterations of different bands. This is from his solo career. It was his third album called Danzig 3, How the Gods Kill. And this song is called Anything. But this is my favorite album because it is, people have either accusatory or giving him respect, say that he sounds like a lot like Jim Morrison. Like this is the height of him sounding like Jim Morrison. It's like he's channeling Jim Morrison, but doing his own spin on it. And he's so good for all the dumb shit that he does and the funny, shitty movies and everything else. He's kind of a douche in real life. He's like, in another Dave Mustaine, but he's one of my favorite musicians of all time. And I don't think you can ever take that away from him. I love Glenn Danzig. So happy birthday, Glenn. It's suddenly a belated happy birthday, but happy 70th birthday to Glenn Danzig.
Nice.
Yeah. We all love Danzig here as much as he's like our silly grandpa that we.
I love a lot of the Misfits. Yeah.
You'd be the one I would feel would be the most likely to defer from that statement, but
no, the early Misfits stuff is pretty fantastic. I can't hate on that. And the movies provided us with so much entertainment. Is he doing another one of those at some point? I haven't heard.
I don't know. There still hasn't been an official release of his last
Death
movie.
Rider. I thought there was on like DVD at least.
No, there's been no physical release. It was only available on that one streaming service. Like, what was it, Fandango or something? Like, there was only one.
Oh, I thought I
don't know.
Oh,
they never. They said they were hyping it up, but they never actually put it out the DVD.
Damn.
But Sid, you don't like Danzig solo stuff?
I do. It's fine. I just don't listen to it nearly as much as the Misfits.
It's not punk. It's like it's more much more metal.
I have to listen. 3 is the one of the first 3 albums of his. I've listened to 3 the least.
Yeah, they're all great, but 3 has got a lot more mood type. Like it's a lot slower in parts, and it's very doomy in parts. It's just
the first one I just love because of the riff, like the groove in the riffs is always like Twist of Cain to me is one of the best riffs of all time.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, Sid, what was your pick?
Well, the new season of The Bear came out this week, so Chicago's on my mind. Illinois is on my mind because of this show. So I thought about Chicago bands. I thought about Illinois bands. Thought about the band Cheap Trick. Thought about the band Peg Boy. Thought about the band Peg Boy covering Cheap Trick, the song Surrender, and that's what I picked. So a little shout out to the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago.
And we just saw CM Punk rapping on SmackDown.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's in a feud with John Cena, and John Cena's a heel now. So John Cena last week appropriated his famous pipe bomb interview and sort of did his own shitty John Cena spin on it.
Okay.
So this week, CM Punk came out with John Cena's old music and gimmick and started rapping, like diss track rapping at John Cena.
Was it good?
I liked it. It was very like weird and cringy, but I thought CM Punk is just so good in most of the things he does.
Oh, really? I didn't like it. I didn't like his rap.
I thought it was good for. I mean, I don't expect him to put a fucking rap album out, but John Cena's rapping is shitty, and he was supposedly like doing a cover of it. So I thought it was supposed to be shitty, and I thought it was shitty, but like enjoyable shitty.
Okay.
But he had an old school throwback Cubs jersey on, like 'cause John Cena used to wear those he would wear throwbacks at each of these shows. What was the hat he wore? I saw someone. I'd only caught a glimpse of this before we went on the air, but he wore some Easter egg on his hat that you was just supposed to know something, and I didn't process what the person was saying, but I didn't notice it.
Oh, it was a Bulls hat, I thought.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Like
no, I read somebody saying like, "Oh, did you catch that?" He made some kind of commentary with his hat, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I don't know, but it was just like it just said Bulls on, like it was Bulls in script, and then it had the Bull logo on the side because he's from Chicago.
Not for The Rock, the Brahma Bull.
Oh, the Brahma Bull. He's totally it's the same bull on the fucking that he has on his logo.
Yeah.
Same Chicago.
This is what he looked like.
There you go.
Oy.
John Cena's knuckle things used to say "word life," I think, and he said,
"Yeah."
Oh my god.
I thought it was cool. I know Rob and I probably disagree on
Interesting.
This was, I don't know, this because all it was in Saudi Arabia,
right? That takes away.
He
From
said,
it.
he said he wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia. He made a point many times before he came back that he wouldn't go there, and
That's
how
true. That's all
gross
fair.
it is, and so I have a very bad taste in my mouth about it. With that said, I'm gonna watch the match. I'm still curious about the match.
Oh, you didn't watch? You didn't watch? Oh, the paper.
No, yeah.
Well,
No, I watched this.
I totally 100% agree with you about Saudi Arabia, but I was trying to just divorce it from that and like evaluate the segment like for what it was, which I thought it was funny. There was a few times when he fucked up too, like he didn't rhyme it, like he was supposed to say something else, I think, and he was just out of his element, so he fucked up the rhyme. It was very noticeable, but mostly, mostly it was good.
Did he choose to do it in Saudi Arabia because he figured the audience knows hip hop the least, so they won't judge him as harshly if he sucks?
Maybe.
Well, I have to tell you, one thing that really threw me was how much the Saudi crowd knew everything.
Yeah,
they were singing Randy Orton's theme. They were singing Cody Rhodes' theme. They were telling one of the heel women, who happens to be African American, shut the F up. They were saying fuck. I don't know why I censor myself, but they were chanting "shut the fuck up," which I'm like, isn't that illegal?
Right, and
it's okay if you say it to a woman, Rob.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I also have to say their English is terrific, because like when CM Punk was doing his like diss lines and everything, the exact second where they were like, "Ooh, oh shit," you know, like you would hear the crowd reaction, and it seemed that was
like the other thing. So
he
said so many shitty things about Saudi Arabia. CM Punk did, for example, when he was no longer in WWE, he always had some beef with the Miz.
Right.
I don't know why I'm burping up a lot. This is the Saudi government coming to get me.
Yeah.
Internally.
This is your pipe. They're shutting you down.
Yeah. He always had some beef with the Miz, and then the Miz on a talk show, on a WWE talk show, like sarcastically quoted one of Punk's lines about like changing I'm changing the culture, Miz said, like, which is Punk's line. So Punk tweeted at him, "Why don't you go suck a blood-covered dick in Saudi Arabia," or something?
Blood money
covered dick. Yeah. Which obviously at the time everyone was like, "Oh no, he did it! Oh no, he did it!" And then he did like plenty of interviews about how he would never go to Saudi. And then they were doing a kickoff event in Saudi, hyping up his match with Cena, and Punk comes out, and Punk is the good guy here. He's the face, and the whole crowd boos him. This one guy in particular he calls out is booing him. He's like, "Listen, Muhammad, I just want to say I'm sorry. I woke up crabby that day. It wasn't even about Saudi. It was just about the Miz. I've apologized to the Miz, and I want to apologize to you too." And the whole fucking it was very odd. Like apologizing to Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
It's more money than he made for getting knocked on his ass in 17 seconds.
Fair.
Yikes.
But so it's been weird. But anywho, that's our show, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I think we learned so much today. And we learned that horsehair does not belong in a hospital.
But we learned that you have to do shout outs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we skipping that?
Oh, we are not skipping it. But I want to say, if you want a little more live cast in your life, or if you want to just give us a little tipski for all this fun entertainment we give you for free, go to patreon.com/RAPLivecast. You can give as much or as little as you want. We'll take it all.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're like CM.
I hear that all
Saudi
the time.
Arabian.
Yeah.
Rob hears, sorry. Rob hears it all the time. Don't want to step on that line. It's very important.
If you give us $4 a month, we will give you access to our bonus episodes. Every month we release a special bonus episode for our patrons, not available on the main site. Actually, occasionally we will unlock one of those episodes. Last week we couldn't do a live show, so we unlocked one of the Patreons. So that could give you a little sample of the type of content you'll get. And I do want to mention, I was very revealing on this Patreon episode, not thinking it would ever be unlocked, and then unlocked it. So, yes, so you can get a little idea there. But our next So we this month's episode is Homie Spumoni. We do a watch along of Homie Spumoni, starring Donald Faison and an all-star cast: Jamie Lynn Sigler, Whoopi Goldberg, Paul Mooney,
Joey Fatone.
Joey Fatone. Terrible movie, great performances. We had a really fun time roasting it. One of our favorite movies that we've watched along.
Joey Fatone involved in a very Shyamalanian type twist. In
Yes, yes. The whole time we were joking, like, wouldn't it be absurd if this was it? And then it ended up being that.
Yep.
So, little teaser for you. And then conversely, July 1st, which is this Tuesday, a new watch along is going up called where we watched LaQuisha, which is a movie where a white male bartender, tries to get a radio show. He can't get it because he's white and male.
Right.
Redoes the show pretending to be a sassy black woman, and suddenly he becomes this huge star. And the whole thing is about his journey, and it hits all the beats you would expect of a movie like this, except it just goes on forever, and nobody ever took the time to like actually edit this thing down.
Right. Although, to be fair, if it was edited down, it'd probably still be horrible. Just because it's shorter.
Yeah, it would be just 20 minutes. Terrible. This was the toughest watch along we've ever gone through.
Yeah, I'd say
there was a lot of laughs, a lot of riffing, but this is a brutal movie, and we suffered for your entertainment.
It's purely laugh at. There's not a drop of actual humor in this movie.
Yes. Now, yeah, I feel like this is the first movie we watched where not even like a
yeah. Even the Rob Schneider one had like 2 solid jokes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we remember. It's like, oh, even or things that would count technically as jokes.
Right.
Here, not so much. So patreon.com/RPL Livecast. If you throw us $8 a month, you get a shout out at the end of the show. You're a top Livecast fan. And here we go.
Here we go.
Benjamin and Dan R. don't belong in a hospital. It's his horse head don't belong in a hospital. Lando Danks and LaCroix are putting semen in their Starbucks. Ugh. Corey and Scotty H are 2 wonderful individuals who I will not be insulting. Aaron and Jeremy, you are putting semen in Mr. Schmertzler's Starbucks. Douglas, who are you, Levison? What is that on your head? Is that horsehair on your head? Horsehair don't belong on no head. It belongs on a horse's ass. Otherwise known as slinkies.
Oh, wow.
Gender don't belong in no hospital.
No.
Randy Blood don't belong in no hospital.
No, only the people he pushes off stage.
All right. That's it. Well, that's the show. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.